myself. Take me right back to the start.
What is up? Today we are going to do a bed frame. I'm gonna build a full-size bed out of 2x8s, some reused lumber from a house that we tore down, and then I have 1x4s for the cross members. So the first step we have is to prep the recycled wood. So I have my buddy and we will be pulling the nails as such. If you grab it like that, then you rock it that way. So we have that as our first step. I'm gonna cut the 2x8s and get those to length, and they came wet, so that's why we have the fan on them, drying them so we can stain them as soon as possible and then put our coats of poly on them. But let's get to pulling the nails on the reused wood. Let's go. So we finished up cleaning up the boards. Now we are going to cut the frame boards and get those all laid out. So we did the cutaway for the first portion of this for the legs, and then now we're going to use this router. We're going to just clean this up a little bit because we did that with this, as you'll see. We did a little prep. We got these all done, and we're going to clean it up with the router, and then we have to do the same thing to these boards so that they will groove into each other. So we marked up the end board with a 3" by the length of the section that's going into the leg, so the leg will slide into that. So we're going to do the same grooving and then routering for this as we did for the legs, so that they fit together. Got all of these cut for the legs to fit in. Here, I'll get one of those. So this is 2 legs right here we kept together, and it will fit like that. Nice and smooth, but it'll be like that because then we'll have the other leg sticking out. So right now we have to cut these in half so we get our 4 legs. And then my buddy John is gonna finish sanding all of the sides so that they're all cleaned up. So let's get that all finished up, and then we can start kind of mocking it up with the assembly. So we got all of the wood cut for the frame. We got our fake legs, that cut, and then the grooves that we all cut up are fitting in just perfectly. So now we have these boards, which will be our cross members, and then we also have to get a 2x4 that will run in the middle here, and we have to cut a leg for that, and then we will put the runners on the sides still, And then that is about all we got. So let's get all that cut and put in place. All right, so I just took one of those repurposed pieces of wood, and I just ripped it in, I think 4 different sizes, or not 4 different sizes, in 4 different pieces. And then I just cleaned up all the sides, just kept running it through the table saw. And so we'll have plenty of that. As you can see, they double up, so I'll be cutting those to size. And I actually might be able to just get away with using 3. Let me see. Yep, I'll be able to use 3 almost exactly. So I'll have a spare piece left. All right, it's been a long day. Hair's getting pretty crazy here. We are going to cut the cross ones now. The cross members, I guess I'd call them. I think I'm gonna do 55 3/4. So let me double check that quick. Yep. 55 3/4, so I can get 2 out of this. I think it's a 12-footer. I can get 2 of them out, and I have 3 boards to cut. I already cut 1 board. I'm gonna cut these a little bit longer because I have a little, it's gonna be really close on those ones. So I'm gonna cut these just a tad bit longer. I got these all measured out, so this is where they're gonna sit. I'm gonna take these out. This is where they will sit. They'll come out right here. And then I left an 1.5 inch gap on the bottom because that's where my 2x4 will be, because I'll fasten that in this middle board here. I'll fasten that right here, and it'll come across here to here. And then I'll have the leg right in the middle. And then those cross members have to be about the same height, so they'll be at that 1.5 inch up. So let's cut all these boards and kind of see if they fit at that 55 3/4 inch mark. Alright, so we got all those cut now. We have all of this taken care of. Everything's fitting so far. Literally the only piece we need left is the 2x4 and the leg. Now, I'm not going to do that today. I gotta get home and get some homework done for school. But I think that we are standing pretty decent. Now, I apologize, this last portion, my other camera was charging, so I had to plug in and use the GoPro. And I've been using the GoPro for most of the machinery just because I don't want to get my one camera dusty. But let's wrap up today. So for you guys, that's like a second, but for me, it's going to be a day or 2 till I get back out here and get back working on this. So let's fast forward. All right, welcome back. It's been maybe a week and a half since I've worked on this, but we're back working on the bed. I just cut out 4x4 angle iron by 10 inches for my corner pieces, and I drilled holes, 2 holes. I think it was 1.25 inches down to center, and then another 2.5 inches down from there, and 1.5 inches in on both sides. And so I got that for all 4 corners. We have it plumb or flush with the carpenter square. So we're gonna drill the holes through the iron so that they match on both sides, and then test this side out, and then we're gonna, if that works out, we're gonna go and do it for all of the other ones. Alright, we moved the locations. Upstairs wasn't too level for the ground to be doing this. So I have a little update. I did that one, and that one already. So I'll just show you the full one of this. I've been clamping the living crap out of the corners with the squares and everything. I clamp the angle in there, then I'll drill the hole I'll drill the hole through the angled holes so that I know they're perfectly lined up, so they're kind of custom per corner, but I don't know any other way to do it, so that's just gonna have to work for now. So let's do a little montage-y type thing, fast forward of me doing this corner. So I got all of them on. I lost one bolt, but I think it's one that I might have just been testing with. So I just have to look around and see where it is. But, so for now, I'm happy with that. I think I am going to get this board in now and then attach the sideboards. I'm going to think about it a little bit more and then I'll get back to you guys and keep you posted. Alright, so scratch the idea of me doing the center board first. Turns out I don't have one right now. I have to either go pick one up or dig in a huge pile that we have that I can't really do with one person. So, gotta get another one. So we are going to attach the sideboards, I guess, the ones that the cross members will lay onto. So we're going to, well, we already have them cut out right there. So we are going to pre-drill holes because the screws are very small and so are the boards, so we don't want them to crack the boards. So we're going to pre-drill the holes and then we will put these little screws right there in them, in the holes, and screw them in. And keep in mind we are keeping it the 1.5 inches off the bottom of the 2x8. I'll show you, I already have one side done. I'll show you kind of what I'm looking at. So you got to keep it that 1.5 inches right here. That way when we put the center board in here, they'll be all at the same level, if you get what I'm going at. So I'm going to put in this small bit and we're going to pre-drill holes. Just kind of randomly is what I've been doing, evenly amongst the length of the board, I guess. It doesn't really matter, it's all on judgment how much you think it's going to take. That's my theory. Alright, so we're going to switch this and we're going to put our little head on there for our puny little screws. Alright guys, once I was editing the video, it got pretty long. And so I'm going to cut it into 2 parts. So that's the end of part 1. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Come back and click right here for part 2. Just do it. Why haven't you clicked it yet? Come on, get to part 2. Let's go. Alright, see you there.